Hi, I'm Ashley and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 YA fantasy books that are coming out this August. And I'm going to be talking about these in order of release date from soonest to latest. So book number 1 comes out on August 5th. It's Girls of Dark Divine by E.V. Woods. This one is a gothic fantasy that is described as Phantom of the Opera meets Black Swan. So our main character in this one is Emberlyn, and she's a member of a legendary ballet theater, and she is the star of their show. And before she became the star of the show, that was her dream, to join this troupe. But now she kind of regrets it. And that is because the price of being a member of this troupe is being binded by a curse to the mastermind of the show, Malcolm. And so Malcolm can control all the girls as though they were puppets, and he can make them do whatever he wishes. And then once the curse has run its course, the girls will turn to ash. And so Emberly is desperate to find a way to break this curse to save her and the other girls. And she finally has a chance to try to do so when their troupe is invited to perform in the city of Balazs. And once in the city, she ends up meeting an elusive boy made of shadows who has a magical connection to the girls. And so him and Emberly begin to research and try to break the curse. Book number 2 also comes out on August 5th and is Mistress of Bones by Maria Medina. And this is book 1 in a multi-POV duology. So for this one, I am going to read the description of it because it's just so fantastical that I don't think I could do the description justice in my own words. So the description reads, Necromancer Azul del Arroyo only wants one thing, to steal her sister back from death by reclaiming her sister's bones. But the emissary of the Lord Death will do anything to stop her, no matter how alluring he finds her. As their paths collide, they're drawn into a deadly game of pawns and powers, with a count who begrudgingly works for a child king, a faceless witch who transforms the bones of gods into dreams she can peddle, and a long-lost half-brother with a secret of his own, and soon realize the fate of the lands is hanging in the balance. For long ago, the gods raised the continents, binding them with their own bones to keep humanity alive. But in an era when the god's sacrifice has been forgotten, death might not be the only resentful god Azul must defy. So this one's very intriguing, and I'll be very interested to see how all the multiple perspectives are handled, because it seems like there's some potential for very interesting characters in this one. So book number 3 also comes out on August 5th, and it's A Beautiful and Terrible Murder by Claire M. Andrews. So this one seems like it's going to be leaning more towards the historical murder mystery genre rather than the fantasy genre, but I want to include it on this list because it's sounding really intriguing. So our main character in this one is Irene, and she ends up teaming up with the mysterious Sherlock Holmes to discover who is murdering Oxford's elite students. And to make things even more interesting, Irene is pretending to be a boy in order to attend Oxford. And so her peers and her professors don't know she's a lady, and they all know her by her alias Isaac Holland. And Sherlock Holmes is apparently Irene's roommate. And so I'm just very intrigued to read this one because Sherlock Holmes is a character in it, so I'm very interested to see how he is depicted and to see his dynamic with Irene. Book number 5 comes out on August 12th and is Woven from Clay by Jenny Birch. So this one follows our main character, Tara, who knows nothing about her birth family or where she came from, but it's never really bothered her. That is until one day a magical bounty hunter turns up on her doorstep and tells her that she's actually not a human and is actually a golem crafted by a warlock. And even worse, this warlock that created her is now a fugitive and is on the run. And if he is captured and killed, then Tara and all the other golems that he has created with his magic will also cease to exist. So Tara doesn't want to die, so she ends up striking a deal with the bounty hunter and his coven. And so the coven agrees to not kill the warlock that created her if Tara can master her magic and prove her worth to them. And so our story goes from there. Book number 5 comes out August 25th, and it's Dream by the Shadows by Logan Karlie. And this is book 1 in a duology, and this one also sounds very intriguing and fantastical, so I am going to read the description for this one. The description reads, The kingdom of Noctis is plagued by corruption, a curse that spreads through dreaming. The Shadowbringer rules from his castle in the dream realm, stealing souls one dreamer at a time. Only an elixir, taken every night before sleeping, can ward off the dreams and halt corruption. But for some, the allure of the dream realm proves too strong. Esmer Havenfall desperately wants to escape her dreadful village, when her sister Eden succumbs to corruption and their elixir-dealing parents are accused of a horrific crime. Esmer's life unravels into a nightmare. Then she dreams of the Shadowbringer and learns that his sinister magic might be a part of her too. Enticed by the prospect of ending her kingdom's curse and avenging her family, Esmer follows him deeper within the dream realm. But the Prince of Darkness has a haunted past, one that might change the fate of Esmer's kingdom and her heart forever. So this one is definitely giving dark fairy tale vibes, which I am all here for. Book number 6 also comes out on August 26th, and it's A Spell to Wake the Dead by Nicole Lesperance. So this one takes place in New England on Cape Cod and follows 2 teenage girls who are witches. And one night they end up finding a dead woman's body on the beach. And so they know they should leave the investigation to the police, but they feel like a weird supernatural connection to this dead woman, so they decide to start an investigation of their own. And once they start investigating, they end up uncovering a rash of local disappearances stretching back years. And along with that, they also start having weird visions and hearing the whispers of ghosts. Book number 7 also comes out on August 26th, and it's A Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends by Jamie Diamanto. And this one is described as Heartstopper meets Buffy in this queer paranormal rom-com where a college sophomore must navigate suddenly becoming a vampire, the underground society he's now a part of, and the cute boy who discovers his secret. This one follows our main character Brennan, who is just trying to get used to life as a vampire, but unfortunately things get more complicated when Cole, the cute librarian, ends up stumbling upon Brendan when he is drinking from a stolen blood bag. But much to Brendan's surprise, Cole is all too happy to keep Brendan's secret, and he might also be interested in Brendan. And then things get even more complicated when there is a rumor of a missing student and the rise of strange animal attacks near campus. And so our story goes from there, with Brendan just trying to juggle his new life as a vampire, his new relationship with Cole, and trying to figure out what is going on with this missing student and these strange animal attacks. And so this one just sounds like it's going to be really cute and a lot of fun. Book number 8, and the final book on this list, also comes out on August 26th. It's actually a YA fantasy graphic novel, and it's A Bite of Pepper by Balazs Lorinczi. So this one is a paranormal coming-of-age story about a skateboarding vampire who falls for a girl who is a human artist. Our main character is Peppermint, who may have been born a vampire, but she's pretty much just your average girl who loves skateboarding and her dog. What she doesn't like is her mom constantly trying to find her a vampire bride so Peppermint can become fully immortal. But then Pepper meets Anna, who is a part-time student and a waitress, and Anna also seems interested in Pepper. And so our story goes from there, with Pepper trying to navigate her new relationship with Anna and just trying to figure out what she wants out of life. And this one just seems like the story is going to be very heartwarming, and the art also looks like it's going to be really cute. Alright, so those are 8 YA fantasy books coming out this August. Let me know down below which ones caught your eye. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!